Hello and welcome to the British Dapper, and today we're talking about my top 10 must-have autumn shoe styles for 2023. It's a fall fashion guide. So here in the UK, it's now slipping into autumn, 1 week till we're officially in autumn at the time of this video going out. As we transition from summer into autumn, I change my shoe selection based on the weather changing and the conditions changing, and also the colour tones changing in autumn. So this is a short guide about my top 10 shoes that I will be wearing throughout the autumn period this year. Now it's fair to say in the summer and even up to now in the transitional period, it's not uncommon to see people wearing light tan shoes, and they're great for the summer months and they do bridge into more autumn conditions. So my description of my top 10 is going to follow through the autumn season, from summer-like conditions all the way through to starting to get wintertime conditions. So in the early part of autumn, we're still in that transitional period in a way, because we've still got summer-like conditions still potentially, but I do change my shoe colour to start to head towards autumn conditions. So whilst the weather is still reasonable, then I might still wear those chocolate suede shoes. These are brogues in suede, and they're pretty robust in very light conditions early autumn, and you could still wear these and quite happily wear them out through the day or evening. As the weather gets a little bit more inclement maybe, or a little bit more damper, then I transition maybe to a boot, and these are a light tan boot, but in the early part of the autumn period you can get away with wearing these in the early part of the autumn period. Another pair of shoes that I like to start to employ in my wear is this lovely chestnut coloured pair of shoes. Now, these are Brogues. I love Brogue shoes. They add a little bit of detail and a pop of colour, and I think these are really good for that. They could be worn in the summer, no problems at all, but they are ideal for autumn weather. The colours go really well with those autumnal colours schemes that are coming through at the moment. One of my go-to pairs of shoes is a plain pair of brown derby shoes. Now they might look very plain, but with the other colours in coordination with these, they really do make an outfit come together nicely. Now these are basically derby shoes, but you could also go, if you really wanted to, for a dark brown hole cut pair of shoes, and they would look exquisite in the autumn months. As the season progresses, the weather gets a little bit more harsher, then I start to employ a pair of chucker boots. Now these are Oliver Sweeney chucker boots. They've got a medallion on the toe, they've got an Italian cut, a spade-like cut on the actual sole unit. These are ideal for adding a little bit of interest, but also giving you a little bit more protection higher up from the cold elements, and they really do make a statement. As the season progresses, then I start getting progressively darker shoes being worn. So from those chucker boots, in some cases I'll wear these. These are an Oxford toe-capped Chichester. It's got a basket weave pressed pattern on the actual uppers, and these are in a burgundy colour. These go really well for that informal, semi-formal sort of look, great in the autumn period if you're going out wearing a tweed jacket or something like that. These go really well with that look. Alternatively, another pair that I like to wear is this dark chocolate brown coloured pair of brogues, wingtip brogues. Lovely colour on them, nice bit of detail, and the sole unit is quite substantial, quite a hard wearing pair of shoes, and another good pair to wear in the colder, wetter periods. Now, to add a little bit of interest, I introduce these. Now, these are what I would say a pair of shoes that have a lot of interest to them. In other words, they're unusual, but they would still go with the traditional look. So these are Oliver Sweeney shoes again. They're an Italian design and cut, and you can see they've got a medallion on the toe. They're burgundy coloured. They've got a different lace colour and different coloured tongue on them, but again, they're that burgundy colour, got that spade cut on them, and they really do add a little bit of difference to your outfit. Now, they don't have to be Oliver Sweeney as in my top 10, but the point I would raise is a pair of shoes with some interest. My 9th pair of shoes is a lot more industrious. They're heavier duty soles, much more substantial. These are Italian brogues, and you can see nice motif on the actual toe cap area, and as you can see, these are a nice dark chocolate brown coloured shoe, very substantial and great for when it gets a little bit colder and a little bit more muddy conditions. So for my final pair of shoes, bearing in mind we've been looking at browns all the way through, there is going to be that time when you're going to need to wear something a little bit more officious, a little bit more formal. And whilst a black Oxford goes really well, I've elected to use a black Brogue shoe. It adds that little bit more detail. I like brogues for that purpose, but I think they go really well in the winter months as well, and they give you a lot of good year's wear out of a decent pair of Brogue shoes. And black is the next level up in formality, and in most cases you can get away with wearing a black Brogue or a full Brogue, semi-Brogue, half Brogue. Quarter Brogue is a little bit more formal in that it's less broguing detail, and I think they're a good choice for the autumn period if you have to wear something for a formal occasion. So there's just a little whistle-stop tour of my shoe collection, the shoes that I will be wearing in the next 3 months. It's not exclusive to just these pairs of shoes. I have others that I will wear from time to time, but typically in the early autumn all the way through to the latter part of autumn, where we're starting to get winter conditions, these are the top 10 shoes I will wear through that period. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, then please feel free to do so. We love constructive comments, so if you'd like to jot something down below, then we'll get back to you as soon as we can. For example, what's your favourite pair of shoes to wear in the autumn period? What's your favourite colour and style? And do you have any observations about what you typically might wear with those shoes? Our next video we're going to release is going to be more about the colours that we introduce into an autumn outfit. So it's an extension of the shoes, if you like. We also have a Buy Me a Coffee page. So if you'd like to make a contribution to the channel, then please feel free to make that contribution. I'll leave a link down below. So until next time. Take care.